Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 with my continuing playthrough of Railway Empire with the German DLC, and we're calling the Kaiser's Reichsbahn, and I'm playing it with my good friend, the new IKB. Say hi, IKB.
Hello, everyone.
And he gives us great insights into the history and practices of railroads while playing this. Now, for some reason, my Stuttgart to there's no suitable freight and not even any passengers on this. And I know, at least we're going to double check here, but we have not banned mail or passengers, so we're not getting any of that. So what I want to do is just purely as an experiment right now, I want to put through, we may very well come back to it, but this is just quick and dirty and super expensive. Putting something through the mountains. And come back to the save beforehand because I don't want to. Well, if I'm even going to do this, I would want to do it more carefully. Well, let's make sure we have. There we go, and some signals. Signals. Well, it's already sort of there. Okay, we put some intermediate signals so it knows to. Let's just check and see if this will change, because I think they'll start taking the shorter route automatically without anything going on other than that. Well, there's, okay, bakery and worms. Well, I don't care about this. Well, there is a, okay, well, there's a Stuttgart to Ulm already moving before this, but it hadn't been moving for the longest time. But even that is not moving passenger railway. That's just moving goods. Because we may have been having a deficit of pigs to be slaughtered into pork. So we'll double speed this up here. No, I don't care about this. We're going to come back to the start because I'm not going to, if this is working right. Okay, yeah, so they're there now. Now that's Karlsruhe to We know that's the longer one. Yeah, it'll find better pathfinding. This has actually pretty good pathfinding in this game. Sure, Rick, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but... Okay, Stuttgart to Ulm. Okay, well, you see, here we go, Stuttgart to Ulm. We now have passengers going, which we did not have before. We did have some pork products moving, but not passengers. So let's go load. And we're going to go back to that and load. So that tells us something. Yeah, generally I'm letting anybody who I haven't quite permanently put up the, here's the link to anybody jumping into the Discord server, but it's open to anybody who is like you, Rick, who's at all posting and hanging out with us at all. And I know various groups, and of course those watching Railway Empire, if you want to get into the Discord server, do post a link down below. I don't know how best to use it, and of course you can set up multiple rooms and you can have multiple Discord servers. How much I want it to be everybody come in and use it and just hang out there, whoever it may be, versus, hey, those of us who sort of kind of know each other and have got to know each other a bit, online here that it's not like y'all have to go to the same high school or live in the same country or anything like that. So I just not sure the best way to do it. But right now, mostly I know anybody who's posting in it is somebody I sort of kind of know, and or friends of somebody I sort of kind of know, or whatnot like that. And that I sort of like. And I'm not sure whether I should do more, another Discord server or what, because obviously you can have multiple ones. Okay, what should we do, IKB? We now know the problem, I guess, is that this is just too long of a route for them to want to move passengers.
Right. Do we still have the train with all of the wheat, all of the bread going to?
Yes, we have the bread from Karlsruhe to Ulm, and then we've noticed now that we have a reliable meat going to Ulm. They're moving freight of meat from Stuttgart to Ulm, or Ulm to Stuttgart.
Shall we just wait until the one with the bread on gets in there and see if that changes anything?
I don't think it does, but we can do that. That isn't a problem. It's not going to get there fairly soon. Not that it's too outrageous to blast through the mountains, but and then of course we can get money back for dismantling that railway.
And it might be worth leaving it if you want to try and push towards Zurich.
Yes, or at least part of it to come around. Well, maybe even both of it, because you could. Okay, yes. Let's see. Way out there, money not profitable. Okay, I'll bid on it. They don't have enough meat in Stuttgart as well, so because we could route railway a little more directly as well to supply that. I've not had good success with trying to do express lines. Well, let's look at our areas. Okay, that is 4.5 million marks to go into Switzerland. Basically, that's what that is. Come up to here. 3 million, 4 million. And our current, okay, establish express connection between Berlin and Cologne by 59. So we've got plenty of time to do that. Though, of course, we have to buy. I think with that, we need to buy more into the north than push to the south. Just so... So I don't think we're going to push to the south more right now. Doesn't mean we can't just leave the railway line there and try to do a... Let's just sort of see how far. Okay. Okay, so trying to go uphill, downhill with trains that'll probably have real problems with that. will be a lot less expensive, but probably not run the trains well. Would you agree with that general statement, IKB?
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to think about something like that until you've got a lot better hill climbing.
Right. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Now, I think going around the north is just going to get the same problem in a different direction.
Yeah.
So this is basically all tunnel expense.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, a tunnel that long with steam locomotives,
Oh, you kill the
all the
people, you kill the
ventilation
passengers, wouldn't you?
yeah, well, you'd have to put an awful lot of ventilation shafts, which is going to add to your expense.
Right.
I mean, most of them you'll already have because railway tunnel of any significant length, and you also sink shafts in between and then start digging out in the middle.
Right. Okay, I guess that is, well, gonna keep the grade down pretty low, 4%. That's not so bad. Okay, for a passenger train, we're going to do that. We're going to spend the money. Now, of course, the second track is a lot less because it's parallel. So, still not going to be super cheap or anything, but we'll get that in. Okay. So now that we have that, this will just be much better than our quick and dirty. And we'll need a supplies. Get as close to sort of the center as we can. Okay, well, since that's going to be doing that job, and they need, in Stuttgart, they need more pigs coming in, and we have our pig farm out here. I think we should do that to get a little better connection route.
Pigs are always likely to complain about how long the trip takes.
No, they'll probably actually, if they don't, because they don't know what the end is, they'd probably actually appreciate a longer trip than a shorter one.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just it. I don't know whether it was a physical distance or the time expected to take. You know how like, oh, that train trip is just too long, and if we had faster trains, it would have been all right. I just don't know. And I want to take this out because it's just now in a bad spot. Well, yeah, it's back here a little ways. Okay, so let's add a train from here to Stuttgart. Okay, we've learned a lot about tractive power and effective speed. So since this is going to be a goods hauling train, we're going to use something with more tractive power on it.
And make sure it doesn't try and go into Ulm and then back out again.
Well, it should. Well, let's look at the path. Oh, it does. Okay. yeah, we don't want that to happen. So you're absolutely right about that. So I think I want to do this side first. No, let's see. We need to move that up to there. Okay, that's good. And then we want to say come back this way. There we go. It's a longer path. You know, thanks to that, because we don't want to jam up Ulm Station by going in there and then coming back out. So they'll carry on that way, and we'll just leave this for future southern expansion possibilities. Otherwise, it's going to be a mostly disused system. Okay, well that's good. I think much of our other railroads are working within reasonable tolerance of getting stuff it needs. Not perfect. I don't know how much in a practical sense can we micromanage it to be perfect. So now we need to get an express to Berlin. From where was we starting? We're starting in Cologne to Berlin. And so I did just sort of, you can just sort of throw an express get there and it'll work, but we want to do it artfully. It is part of my aesthetic appeal here. So we need to get this section here, and that is 4 million marks, so we will buy that. Okay, now Berlin, we're gonna go north up around instead of building railway bridges all over these things. This I might also almost be able to tolerate, but several of them I don't know, because I think we're gonna have to tolerate some coming out of Cologne to here. Okay, let's build
We've already
this.
got the line further north, haven't we, that goes across?
Well, you see, what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to redo the wool farm here and have the railway come straight through there, come north around these fruit and peat, and then come north up around Cassel, and then maybe link into the railway here north of Cassel somewhere, somehow redo some of that. And
we've done most of it's just further south. Second tunnel by the north of Cassel.
yeah, okay, that works. Yes, that's right. That's what we were going to do. That's right. Boy, yeah, okay. So we have the north of Cassel, the second tunnel. That's right. Boy, I forgot. So that links into here. And then we're going to do, okay, so yeah, I forgot about that. How did I don't know. It's been a week. And so then we're going to come off from here and avoid the Brunswick and the lumberyard, and come around here, swing around north of Hill Cattle, or however you say that, and into a Berlin station. So we're going to need a Berlin station. So let's get a Berlin station. Now let's go with a large one, because we're going to need it eventually someday. So let's just start with a large one. Get it in a good place here. And that's part of what I'm worried about, is because we have this thingy here in the way. Damn. I guess we can build bridges over there, the water there.
Known that Berlin is on quite swampy ground.
Yes, I was just thinking that. And that's why all of the stuff that you see in Man in the High Castle, the big sort of super city that Hitler wanted to turn Berlin into, was not necessarily an impossibility, but something that would have been technically very
Two
difficult.
stations in one city are definitely not going to compete with each other.
Okay.
Yes, building heavy things on swamps, not always the best of ideas.
Yes. So, and there's actually still a bottom of a, or maybe the whole thing of it, of a big, huge concrete pillar, but it's not like a tall pillar, it's sort of a short pillar, that was meant to be sort of what the average weight of like the big Great Hall that they were going to build, the ground pressure weight, to see how much it was sinking and to see its sinking progress, and it's still there after all these years.
It's still sinking.
Yes, and it's still sinking. And so it's just to like, hey, how do we plan for this, and how much sinkage, and how do we do this? And it was a test thing. So that, okay, I got some work. Okay, for my wife, I want to play War Thunder. I'm going to keep Discord server open. Okay, will do, Rick. Okay, so we have our train station in Berlin. We have our railway pushed through to here. So now we're going to let's come from right about here, because I want to avoid that triangle if I can. Head off to the side. That looks like a good spot there. Cut through. The hill there. We'll be able to route them through Brunswick as well if we want city-to-city type service. But for the express line, like I say, I've not had a good experience of trying to just do it by railway cars and engineers. We don't want to go through that, so we want to go north. Ooh, we might want to go south of that. Yeah. Trying to avoid a bridge. Well, right there, 2%. Okay. Okay, that should give us room. We want as short as possible, like we were seeing the Stuttgart to Ulm being a bit too long for passengers wanting to wait. I don't think there's a variance for costs for like swampy ground, but I want to swing it in, so we're gonna put a, oh, why are we going so high? Why is there height here? I don't understand this. Why does that go so high? I don't know, because of, oh, it's maybe bridging because it's a lake and not a river. Okay, 4%, a little bit of grade there, that's fine. Okay, so that's fairly long. Fairly good for grades, fairly direct without having to interfere with all of the other railways.
Holy mess.
Yeah. So let's buy that. And just connect it up a couple of places along the way to make sure that it knows that it's meant to be a parallel track. And almost the same price. Okay, so we now have a, well, it doesn't go through any stations, I don't think. We leave here, split off north here, come through here. Yeah, no stations at all, so we're not even slowed up by an actual station. Now there will be water, supply towers and similar sorts of things along the way that will cause potential or likely stopping and signals and similar. Okay, that's probably enough supply towers. Specify that direction. Now, here where it's a bit more critical. And I hope I've given enough space, and I think I have for, okay, we can move that slightly closer. Enough space here for a train to a fully loaded train to come up and wait in this so it wouldn't delay traffic going around it. But not sure, and that's why I sort of started it back a little ways. Could redo this last little bit if it starts causing too much of a delay or jam. Okay, so now we have our Cologne to Berlin rail line.
Right.
And so we're going to do that. Oh, let's come back to here and specify no goods. We are purely mail and passengers. That'll keep it speedy. We're going to do our fastest train at 53 miles per hour. And
we got the research points to get an even faster train.
Oh, let's see. We could. 34 freight. 41. No, not a faster train at currently.
Right. Okay.
Well, I don't know if there really is much of a faster train in this time frame. So I think this Hulda here is at 49 is our fastest. Because everything else is down in the, well, close, but not there. And let's see who our current stokers, new applicants. Okay, we have a speedy one here. And let's see if we can find a speedy Worms to Cassel. Yeah, we'll use him, reassign him. They like each other well enough. And we'll do that. So now we have some, and we're going to grab a caboose, which will speed up even more our
to add a dining car to it, get some more.
Well, I want to see what the how full it gets when it loads up. I don't think dining cars affect speed.
They get you more money for passengers.
Yes, they do, and they're a good thing. But I don't know where the sweet spot is, meaning reducing the number of cars available for mail and passengers versus having a dining car. And as we can see here, it's not full, but it's nearly, so I think we will add in a dining car. Because as we do more and more of these. Now, I knew that we had to wait for that, because I want to start them out at the same time. Because it takes a little more of a delay. So we're going to go from Berlin to Cologne. And again, we're going to do no freight whatsoever. And so we're going to go with the Hulda. And let's find a speedy engineer here. And a speedy stoker. No, they don't like each other. Okay. Well, we'll use him, I guess. No, they don't like each other now. Okay, I guess they'll do okay. And we can throw on. We'll do both. We'll just do both. Yeah, Berlin is not moving much. I think we're going to leave it just those two cars for the, or two trains for the moment, because they'll move the fastest. And well, no, we'll throw on another one once they get far enough along on the path, maybe. Oh, we can build another factory here. Factory list. Yeah, factory lists. What up here? Well, leather. We have leather. We have wood. Do we have furniture around this area? Down here already. Okay, in Essen. Porcelain. Ulrich. Yes, I remember from yesterday.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I don't see the what the other element of it. So if we don't put it in there, and one will spring up on its own and may not be is something good for us to feed. Well, what about food industry? You don't see that around here. And that's something I think the locals, smaller cities would already be starting to use. So we have bread and we have others. So we don't have food. We'll need salt. I think that's salt. Because we have up here some potatoes or whatever, and maybe closer. No salt, no salt. Okay, that doesn't sound so good.
Salt anywhere else? Japan.
I'm just not seeing it because we have what salt feeding in here from way over here and there, and that would have to come all the way over and up into here. That's a long ways, and I'm not so much worried about the distance, more the congestion of cars or of trains through the
The system, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, because I think we have the money to afford putting the trains to keep it flowing, but okay, is there fruit up here? Could we just do a distillery? No. Another brewery. Another brewery, would that be good? You know, I think that's what we're gonna go with. Yes, we're gonna go with a brewery here, because that needs the hops from here, which I think, let's see, is this state? Yeah, this station is handling. Okay, that'd be perfect. There we go. So, breweries. I think this side is probably better. Okay, and because of that, we're going to make sure we have another car here with the focus on the hops. Didn't we just tell it to focus on hops? Yes, okay, well, I felt it needed something else. Okay, now research points. Oh, Ticket prices up. Let's look at Train company. I think we'll do that. Well, let's see if we can throw in another express from Weimar to Cologne. They'll use some of the same track probably. That might be enough. Okay, we'll put you in. You'll keep it running smooth. Caboose, dining car. Oh, and let's make sure we're not having anything but passengers. We've got 2. Let's go with better. Oh. Here's the one. Okay, they've gotten separated fairly far from each other. I think the other one is going that way, so we're going to go Berlin to Cologne, duplicate it.
Oh no, what bad luck.
And this is Cologne to Berlin, and we're going to duplicate it. Now to try to keep these running fast. Let's see what we can, well, we can throw on a conductor. He'll help with that. Now, worms. Okay, we'll do that. And, okay, they like each other. Let's... Okay, that's good enough. That should be pretty speedy. So what other improvements can we be doing here?
Want to sort of spread out more. Do you want to try and
You're breaking up a bit. What was that?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Try and establish a regular service to Berlin.
Regular service to where? Because again, you're starting to break up.
Sorry, am I?
Yeah. I think it's you're choking your bandwidth a little bit, is what I think is going on.
Right, let me close some of these tabs then.
I know you need to keep one open to see what's going on the screen, but
That a bit better?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to try and establish a regular service into Berlin?
Yeah. I do.
And if you parallel tracked it out of...
Now, did I screw up and make this too tight up here? I don't know. We can start with a regular train station here in Brandenburg. Because at least this is sort of what I would mean by a regular service.
It's not as if I didn't already have a station in the city.
Just seeing if we can... Yeah, we could get through there. That's good. Okay. But first, cancel that. Well, let's see. We can probably do a bit of a connection here without really disrupting our express route.
So I have to remember to put a
Supply tower?
tower.
Yeah, we'll do it on
Yeah.
this part of the track so we don't slow this.
Make sure there's a maintenance shed in Berlin.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, first we should probably put in another train station here in Magdeburg.
It's not as if I didn't
It
already
would definitely be
have a
worth, I
station in
think,
the
having
city.
in Magdeburg to Brunswick train.
Yes, I do think so too. And the thing that's going to maybe delay that is I want to well, maybe we'll build a bridge over it. I don't know, because I want to make sure that we just, since this is a core objective here of getting an express connection, I really don't want to slow that up with a bunch of trains just yet running on the same track or crossing over it or make delays. So, but we can build this out because we can start running some intermediate service here. Okay. Oh, well, we need to build a new... what factory we're going to put there now? Okay.
You're not too far away from some salt, so
Yeah, but I am far away in the sense if I don't want to build bridges over things. Well, I could build just one to get over that. And
I think you're gonna have to bite the bullet on that front, gamer, and accept the
I don't know because I'm going to need to buy these out anyway. So, I need to buy the rail system at some point. Don't know, not yet quite. Okay, well, Okay, well, do they have breweries around this area? Okay, not in Brunswick, not in Hanover. I mean, obviously we have the one we just built way out here, and they're not here. Okay, so we own a couple of factories we need to get up to there. Well, that's just one. It's just the meat. Okay, I think we're going to do another brewery here because we have the hops. Well, let's see if we can let's see if we can stick a station there. I know we sort of jammed everything up here, which may have been a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, so what we need to do here is...
Might be able to get a terminus station in there.
Yeah, we might, but I think what we're going to do instead is... well, we already have a supply tower there. Okay, let's before we get going on this, let's just delete this section. We'll get most of our money back. And then we will add in train station here, I think. There we go. Okay, just yeah, that looks...
What's your station doing here?
Yeah, that's a little better. An idea. There we go. Now from here over to here. There we go. There we go. That's better building for the future. So I don't know if we can expand that to a big station, but that would at least handle that. We may have built it slightly too close to the other one. And yes, more supply towers will be needed. Because we're going to run a direct line here. So, factory, breweries. Oh, we'll stick it down here, out of our way. And so now, from here to here, and yep, I think that is the one we're going to do. And we're going to do a dining car caboose, but again, I think we're going to come back here and make this sort of a somewhat limited express, because these guys just don't have the pulling power. what? Yeah, that's the one we want. But I'm not planning on putting assigning specific. There's not even enough. There you already guess communicating well enough.
I do have your competition who's already cornered the market.
Right. Yeah. We're going to add mail cars, see if that will effectively help. At least they don't look empty.
Yeah, there is that.
And yeah, let's do this supply tower here.
Do you want to make sure we've got a train?
What was that?
Do you want to make sure we got a train between Brandenburg and Berlin?
I'm sort of waiting on that. No, we're gonna wait. We're seeing these guys trying to be speedy here. Yeah, someday I'm definitely wanting to do that. I'm gonna focus on the core needs. Okay, yes, we'll pay for the program instead of researching it. We'll go up to 200,000 marks, at least. We have a lot of cash.
Don't bid what you can't afford, sweetie.
I can afford it.
Because you might want to start buying companies.
Let's throw in another. Well, we'll wait till that gets. Slow doing. Okay, well, you're getting resupplied there.
Trains like you're missing equipment. Do we need more supply towers up there?
Well, it was almost to the supply tower when it was starting to run out. So we've hit 71
I'm
miles
not
per hour.
sure why it's important that your locomotives are faster.
That's good.
When, at the end of the day, my company makes more profit.
Uh-oh, they've come up into there. Oh, let's see, we can't go that far yet, so they've bought into that. Damn, because I now have to build a bridge over that to get anywhere else. Damn. Just makes me want to buy them even more.
Gamer.
Yeah?
Got 5 million in the bank. We might as well
Well,
see if we buy them out, we'll get their any territory they've got, won't we? Without having to pay ourselves.
yeah. They need 22 million though. So we've got 25% there.
I reckon if you start buying shares, it will cost less.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, so, well, let's do some of that. We'll buy 16%
Welcome
of
on
their...
board, sweetie.
Just for information service, how much did that? Because it had been 22 million. Merger right now, okay, that's down to 19.5 million. So it's definitely helping the situation. And we'll probably make some money from those shares in the meantime. Yeah, our competition is still beating us here, maybe because they have a more direct route.
I'd say almost certainly, yeah.
Going on, Jim?
Hello, Galland. We're going to be playing War Thunder later for the World War when it starts up.
Probably won't be able to play today. I got so.
Okay. Maybe it's my connection that's overwhelmed.
It's all your fault.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me that status here. Okay. Give me that status here. Give me that status here. Give me that status here.
And then suppose while we're waiting for
Hey, Galland, I think, do you have can you use headphones, or we're getting an echo? I think, do you have can you use headphones, or we're getting an echo? I think, do you have can you use headphones, or we're getting an echo? I think, do you have or leave? Can you use headphones, or we're getting an echo? Or leave? Oh, it's up here. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's up here. Okay, I don't know. How did that happen? We had that turned off before. Okay, that was doing it. Never mind. Sorry. Sorry, it's my fault. Okay, well. Let's see. If we were to come... like that. I don't know, it just sort of hurts my soul, but I guess it shouldn't, because it's something that's done in real life.
It has to be done, gamer.
Okay, so there we have that. I think
It has to be done, and I don't think it looks that ugly.
No, that isn't that bad.
What did y'all play?
We're playing Railway Empire together.
Oh, okay.
I'm streaming it currently on my Twitch channel. So there we go. We now have Magdeburg connected. No, it's this one we want. There we go. And now we're going to connect. think, well, let's see if we move this back just a little bit, like that. There we go. Oh, how did that, what's wrong here? Oh boy, oh, this is not being told to go in the right direction. Here. Yeah. Okay, what do we get wrong here? Oh, it's this one that's going in the wrong way. Okay. There we go. And this one should be going this way. Okay, oh, well. Yeah, let's... There we go. That works. Gotta keep consistency. Okay, well now we know they don't have Magdeburg to Brunswick. And see, I just don't know, IKB. Do we... Obviously we have the express lane coming through for Berlin, but do we try to run a mail and passengers only car or a train along with a freight train on the same route, or does that bump into each other too much, you think?
What from
Like from Magdeburg to Brunswick, do we you see, I'm trying to figure out the best way to organize this up. Do we run one and just, you know, exclude, have mail and passengers only, and then have another one that, because if we run this guy at 53 with 41% traction, it's probably going to slow it down some from what its top speed, but do we also try to run like a 38 mile an hour with 138% on the same set of lines, tracks?
considering that there's no way in this for trains to sort of pull aside and it'd probably be easier to set up one train that's together, set up one train that's mixed.
Right. Yeah, let's do that. One train mixed. We'll try this at 38. And we'll do one from Brunswick to Magdeburg. We'll set up one from Brunswick to Brandenburg. And from Brandenburg to Brunswick. Those at least should be profitable lines. Of course, all they're now moving is passengers, so it's not even a mixed thing. Yeah. Oh. There is, I've reached it, an upper limit of number of saves within this game, so I'm having to, and I got massive, I just don't normally clear them out. Massive numbers of old saves, so we'll just try to get rid of a few. Okay, that should allow the autosave to work. Oh, well, now that I use the fast one, it's wanting to use cargo.
Of course, because reasons. I think Arno wants a ride along, so shall we give him one?
Sure. Let's see what, see if we can find one. I want to, if anything, ride some of the Berlin route. Essen to Cologne. No, I'm seeing if we can start it actually at one. We have 4 trains specifically running between Berlin and we've yet to achieve that status of an express.
A way to set a train as being designated as an express service.
That would be a wonderful thing, so that everything else moves out of its way as much as practical.
Yeah.
Because I would be happy to build a few sidings on some of these that would allow bypassing.
In the way the old games got around that was that they allowed they basically allowed trains to ghost through each other.
Yeah.
It didn't look very realistic, but it did solve the problem, and you got to a service as an express train.
So I don't know if all of this is slowing this up too much for the status of an express or not.
Might be a case of we just have to accept doing the things with bridges and tunnels going under and over.
It may be that.
On the plus side, we're up to another 7 million in the bank, so we could go and buy some more shares in the other company. hopefully by map.
Okay, now we're on our own special track. Yeah, I guess the bridges aren't so bad.
I brought you round to my way of thinking.
Yeah, you have a bit. If they're done reasonably.
I mean, we don't let the AI build them. One thing's for certain, we don't let them do that.
I especially don't like those underpass tunnel things. I'm not yet there to accept that. It would have to be something purely to keep the scenario going that there's no other way to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Something that's really zoomed in and you're basically building the London Underground, then
yeah.
really.
I think we're just getting needed supplies.
I do wonder how long this scenario will go on for, and if we'll eventually manage to unlock water troughs so we can fill up with water on the move.
I haven't seen that. Because I played some South American ones that go to the 19th, or starts in 1900. And so they go to diesel electric, and that's when this whole thing sort of ends out in technology.
Right. So you never get to research, you never get to start putting in water troughs to be filled with water on the move.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. As I'll for those listening who don't know how you refill a steam train with water on the move.
Yeah, this is new to me, so I'm interested.
What you do is you have a in between the rails you have a hole maybe like 6 inches deep, but is be like a few miles long.
Okay.
And it sort of ramps out at the end so it doesn't spill. And then on the locomotive you have essentially a chute that you could lower down and crank on the in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're over the trough, you really quickly crank the and then the forward momentum of the train basically forces the water up the chute.
Right.
And then over the top where it refills your tank as you're going along, going at a reasonable speed for it to work. But you can very quickly refill the tank on a train with it.
Okay. Oh,
In fact, I will very quickly now see if I can find a YouTube video of it.
No, we need to see his path. Okay, so that's why we need it there. Okay. So let's put a supply tower here. And that'll help with that one. And there's more, I thought. Maybe they got filled. Oh, okay, up here. We need one. We'll just take over signal bunch there.
I have found a little YouTube clip that I've put into chat, and I'm going to type it into
Okay.
Discord to look at later.
Sure thing.
You can place your bets on your trains. Constant breakdowns.
Yes, because they've I've particularly seen water troughs being a thing in Europe and North America, really.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
No. A lot of other parts of the world simply went for either making the tender on the locomotive bigger, water,
Mm-hmm.
or in some more recent photos that I've seen from sort of some parts of Africa where steam is still in regular use, even up until very, very recently. A big tank car, like you might normally put like, and just pipes that up as literally a huge amount of extra water. Especially for parts of Africa, it's very hot and dry, and you might be driving for hundreds, if not potentially thousands of miles across the plains of the Serengeti.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering about our route right now. I have been listening to you, but I've been thinking about the route. Is it
What are you
just...
thinking, gamer?
Is it too long, you think? But how much shorter would it be if we went more direct? Okay, I'm going to save this. I know okay. Save. GER, what was... Well, we'll just go with 20. Okay, so... Yeah, no, that is fascinating, but... Just...
You give.
Let's bulldoze this because we have a save. I don't care about this. Yeah, whatever. Bulldoze it, demolish it. Because we'll go back to the save because this is just going to be quick and dirty junk anyways. Wood going this way. Well, let's move this back to there. Okay, a bridge over a bridge over a bridge. Hey,
There is at least one place in the world where I think that happened.
Well, I know freeways that look like that, and even more so here in Greater LA.
Of one place where that happened in the real world, which I think was right outside New York.
They cut me off from there, so would take some reorganizing, but is that substantially shorter, quicker, you think? I mean, we'd have to rebuild that path better. But is this what they're wanting?
I don't know. Maybe they want you to blast more giant tunnels through the mountains.
Well, okay, but down here, that's going to get us a little bit shorter here. And going through that would get that a little bit shorter, yeah. So I could go back to the earlier save and try to build this Berlin station a little differently.
I mean, what the way that it might be easier to do is to buy out the rival company first, so that then you've got control over all of their track, and you can then delete it, rearrange it, redraw it at will. That might be the easier way to do this.
Okay, we're currently at 10 million Reichsmarks, and they need 18, and before we bought that stuff it needed 22. So I think without having spent what we spent, I think you're right. I think that may be the best path to do it. But I think that's going to have to wait till next week. Or I don't know if we're going to, what we're doing tomorrow, War Thunder or something else. But don't make any, I mean, do what you, it's just fine if you're not available tomorrow, IKB, because I'm not sure that I'm going to play this tomorrow, but definitely next weekend. We'll see about doing that plan, I think, because if we go in, I just don't like I don't want to keep any of the AIs build, so I would just totally delete all of that and start that whole thing over again. Now we'll get money for deleting it, so it's not like it's a complete loss.
I mean, there's worth keeping.
It's just designed so poorly, especially when you get to the stations, because it all goes down to a single track.
Yeah, it does. I don't understand why.
I think that has to do with their early AI, and for some reason with their later DLCs, and they've got this really nice switching, they haven't improved the AI to it. And at first when I saw that, I thought it was because I was continuing scenarios that either were designed or I simply was playing it with the old AI, and when I moved to the newer update, it didn't update it. But the German scenario is all post the the new track switching stuff that it won't do, and it always does this, goes down to a single and then to double tracks, and can make really bad log jams of stuff because of it, even though it would flow just fine with the newer system. So it's where they've fallen down.
Yeah, the only thing I could suggest for that is once we've finished this series, maybe try installing the game.
Yeah, we are planning on just those watching, jumping. I think it's maybe a bit back in time to do Britain, just because IKB knows that so well. I want to get that one done, and then I may, even without because this unfortunately is not getting much interest. I don't know why. I'm still not sure. Is it because people don't play this game, so they're not interested in watching somebody else play it, or it's just because it's railroads and not war games, so they're not interested on that front, or what it is. It's just not getting the interest that I thought it would. So I thought the Kaiser Reichsbahn would get more interest in it, but it's not been. But I want to play it just because I want to play it and because I want to talk about the history and see what the game is done. This one goes to 1866 so far, but I think it does go into maybe into a little bit more the Franco-Prussian War. And then I wanted to also do the French one, which is post Franco-Prussian War. And that, so I do want to play them and put them up just for posterity's sake, if nothing else. So we're going to do it IKB, but I don't know about, I wish there was more of a viewing audience for it.
Arno, when you say play in World War II, Arno, do you mean a RAF or Empire?
Yeah, I don't think the Railway Empire is for that. I think it is, back in Brunel's time, this sort of early 1800s, actually, 1830s, 1840s.
Yeah, sort of Brunel Stevenson days when you could get away with all sorts of fancy things.
Yes, so we're going to do that next. And then see about the French DLC at some point. Yeah. I don't know whether it's because it's also happening for me with Galland. It's the reason he's sounding very metallic is because there's a bandwidth problem, and I'm not sure whether it's me, which I don't think it should be, but my ISP may be playing games. Or if it's IKB's end, because I'm streaming, I'm downloading to watch the stream, but I went recently and degraded it all the way down to the worst possible Twitch settings because I really don't care what the video looks like. I just want to get your comments on it, and so that's what's happening, and that doesn't happen all the time with IKB. So it's happened this time and the last time a bit, so I don't know what it is. And he needs to see the stream too, so he knows what we're looking at, even though it's a little bit delayed for him.
Does this sound any better, everyone?
That's better right now, but sometimes you've sounded better and then you degrade. So I don't know whether what's causing it.
Might just be the local internet traffic going up, down, left, right, and
yes,
who knows what.
That can be because at some point, probably within a year's time from now, I'll be moving, and unfortunately, where it is, it's going to have different internet than what I currently have. So I'm a little worried about that. And some of the cable internet services share bandwidth, and I'm worried. And so I got really good, and I spent a lot of effort getting really good. And it's not very expensive. It just very good internet connectivity, so I'm a little worried about that. So I don't know, and it very well could be the British system at the moment. Okay, guys, well, I think we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Oh, in which we didn't get any railway questions, but if you do have any railway questions, please post them. We will try to address them. Thanks so much. See you next time for more historical gaming.